Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Again, I'm joined by Derek. How you doing, Derek?
Very well.
We've got another one of your experimental brews. We are at the Hillside Brewery, and this is your P16. Can you explain this a little bit while I pour some in our glass?
Yeah, sure. So we've got two breweries here at Hillside. Our normal kind of commercial brewery making about 1,000 litres per brew. We've also got a brewery that makes 60 litres, and the brew vessels fit on a pallet. So that's where the P comes from. So this is our first experiment with the experimental hop. So here we're trying to work out the conditions in the brew house to make the best possible beer with this hop. And this is all about trying to work out what the hop's going to do in the beer. Because when you smell the hop as itself, as a flower, it has a certain smell, aroma, but when you put it into the beer, it might be quite different. So this is literally an experiment.
Fantastic. A lovely golden colour to this one. You've used some caramel malt in this one, I believe.
Yeah, so in here we've got some carapils. So that's a malt with a bit more colour, but also more flavour as well compared to pale malt. And I think we use some crystal malt in this as well, looking at the colour. I can't remember exactly, but I think there's a little bit of crystal in there too. Fantastic.
A nice one finger, fluffy white head, and a nice carbonation to the beer, and it's quite clear, quite clear.
Yeah, all of our beers are bottle conditioned, so they won't be crystal clear like a filtered beer, but we're quite happy with the clarity of this, and of course the condition has worked out, as your sample shows, has worked out really well.
Lovely. Right, let's get the aroma. Yeah, you get some of that caramel in there. Again, you're picking up some of that kind of nice, slightly spicy, dark fruit hop.
Yeah, I'm getting what I would call jam, so almost like a fruit, like a blackcurrant jam or blackcurrant jelly aroma.
Yeah.
There's a slight cooked element to it in a nice way, and then I'm picking up really the other fruity aromas coming from the fermentation itself. So
Nettles.
I'm getting
I'm
getting apricot as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing you learn tasting beer as a beer sommelier or beer taster, I can't tell what other people are tasting, I can just tell you what I'm tasting, but it tastes pretty good so far.
Just dive in.
So now the malt character is coming through.
Sweet malt with a lovely balanced bitterness on the back end. It's not overdone. Crisp, refreshing. Nice levels of carbonation again in the beer, but like you said, that jam's coming through, that apricot, just a mixture of like a hint of raspberry, strawberry jam maybe, and then a little bit of apricot on the back end. You've absolutely nailed the flavours in there.
And I'm not sure exactly what the ABV is on this, but I'm guessing around 4.5% on the taste.
Yeah.
And that's balancing, there's enough alcohol there to contain those kind of fruity flavours, but also to balance the malt flavours as well. And the bitterness actually is a nice bite just at the back of the
right at the back, yeah. A really nice bite and bitterness on the back end, but not a bitterness that you wouldn't feel uncomfortable drinking. You could drink 3 or 4 pints of this, couldn't you? And I think that's what your beers are all about. And it is to produce a beer that's very sessionable, and you want another one.
Well, beer's made for drinking. We have got some higher ABV beers for savouring, but at 4.5%, we're still hoping people have 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah, it's perfect. Really nice. So, well, the experimental brew P16. I hope it makes it into production. It's a very nice beer. We'll hopefully you'll find a name for it soon.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Derek.